This is Howie Richey, proprietor of Green Man Coffee House and author of Party Weird, the definitive history of Austin's funkiest functions. Our biggest, most elaborate, and longest running of all blowouts happens at the Winter Solstice. Discovering in the early 1980s that modern trappings of Christmas had much older heathen roots, my wife and I sought to recreate and expand on those original meanings. The longest, darkest night of the year necessitates luminous compensation in the form of candles, lanterns, and hearth fires. Add the pragmatic notion of feasting to prepare for the lean, cold season, and a celebration is practically preordained. Our winter solstice began as a bacchanalia in 1981 and hasn't missed a year since. Drawing freely from diverse Northern European traditions, the winter solstice is best held indoors and set before a fireplace, bringing the primeval bonfire inside. More than just a get-together around a central idea, this gala involves a staged performance, reusable songbooks, and audience participation. Constant are a potluck feast, consoling beverages, sparkly decorations, and tonsorial finery. There's usually a theme within the theme as well. Green men, Roman Saturnalia, snowflakes, mistletoe, angels, children, beasts, elves, or fools multiply the delight. COVID forced the 2020 episode online, but we came back together outside in 2021 and again this year. Open air fresh and physically distant, but socially connected. In this recording, you'll join a typical order of ceremony with myriad group songs, solos, poems, tales, and the rousing toast, Wassail, which means be well. Enjoy! Can't get them any more, so let's just start. We on, Ty? Are we on? We're on. Wassail! Wassail! Wassail!
Wassail!
Welcome, friends, family, and everybody in between. Thank you for coming tonight. The longest night, the shortest day. We've been doing this for 41 years. We had to take a little break for the pestilence, but we're back doing it second time here at Green Man, and we've got plenty of elbow room, and it's all coming together. We always begin like we always begin, times like this. Make sure you've got something to toast with, because we're going to be doing a lot of that tonight. Some hot Wassails over there, and some cider, and some chai tea. I drink that after I do Tai Chi. Don't get it mixed up, right? Okay. We're going to begin, as we always do, by centering ourselves and chanting some OMs. And we do harmonic OMs in harmony. So join in, and we'll just let it flow until it feels not so good, right? Wassail!
Wassail!
The verse. We have a verse, and not a vice verse. A verse for a vice to welcome ourselves tonight. It's a winter solstice blessing. May you find peace in the promise of the solstice night, that each day forward is blessed with more light. Blessed that the cycle of nature, unbroken and true, brings faith to your soul and well-being to you. Rejoice in the darkness, in the silence find rest, and may the days that follow be abundantly blessed. Wassail!
Wassail!
Okay. It's many names for the night tonight. It's called Yule by the Scandinavians. And one of the things they do, and others as well, is because it's Yule, we have the Yule Log. And we're going to bless the log like we always do. It's a special decorated log. that we chose from the millions. And we anoint it with a little bit of wassail, and we're going to throw it onto the fire, but we need another round, please, if you don't mind, with some...
Boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While we sing of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyful all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, fa la 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 la.
Wassail!
Wassail!
Okay. Every year we try to introduce a little something different to our order of things. And I'm pleased to introduce my accompanist. This is Laura Freeman, who's going to help me with an old Henry VIII tune.
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII I am. That's right. In his day, it was expected that a nobleman not only ruled mercifully, but also wrote poetry and was dancer, and of course went hunting and all those things. So we have a lot of music from Henry VIII.
Henry. Ah. It's my notes.
I'm sorry?
It's my notes. You stole my pen.
Then you take your notes. I got my notes. Are you sure?
Yes, because I wrote on it. It's okay. You
like
can
to
share.
share.
Just hold it. It's fine. I've got it right there.
Okay.
Just make sure I can see that.
Okay, play a little melody version. Set it up there. Like that. Pastime with good company.
Wait. Let me play it through it.
Right.
Let me move this. It's like... Sorry. Okay.
Ready? Pastime with good company, I love and shall until I die. Grudge who just, but none deny. So God be pleased, thus live will I. For my past tense, hunt, sing, and dance, my heart is set. All goodly sport, for my comfort, who shall me let? Youth must have some dalliance, or good or ill some pastance. Company methinks then best, all thoughts and fancies to digest. Of wilderness is chief mistress, of vices all. Then who can say but mirth and play is best of all? Pastime with good company I love and shall until I die. Grudge who lust but none deny. Will God be pleased, thus live will I. For my past tense on sing and dance my heart is set. All goodly sport for my comfort, who shall me let? Company with honesty is virtue by to flee. Company is good and ill, but every man hath his free will. The best ensue, the worst eschew, my mind shall be. Virtue to use, vice to refuse, thus shall I use me. Wassail!
Wassail!
Okay.
Oh, that Henry, wasn't he something? Okay. This is very much an audience participation kind of event at times like this, so we want to open it up for anybody who has a poem or a song to share. Come on up and let's hear from you. One at a time, of course.
Breathing in these sacred seasons. Under the umbrella of solstice, Yule, Saturnalia, Christmas, 'tis a season of goodwill, these seasonal moments, unique, precious. Whether solar-powered, star-children or moon-bound, we are 8 billion prayers and affirmations, wishing ye peace and prosperity, good health and harmonies, to ensure continuance and happiness as temporary as time, eternal as now. We wish you all life, joy, mobility, emotional intelligence, and goodwill in your chosen community of beliefs within friends, family, ancestors, kin. May these festive seasons protect you above, below, around, and within. Wishing you warmth this solstice, wishing you the blessings of this night, to gift us with this darkness, that we might contemplate eternities. Throw us back into our origins, primal cave, homebound, vulnerable, grieving, to know and care for all homeless, dispossessed, all of darkness, all of night, to care for all victims of wars, all of drought, all of flood, fire scorched and broken. Here is where we heal all hurt and kneel for deeper reasons. Slower now, wiser, beginning winter seasons, light will come when it will, to illuminate and warm our skin. Now that we have learned again what it means to be truly human.
Wassail!
Wassail!
Introduce yourself.
I am Louise Richardson. Hi. How many have seen the 37th Street lights here in Austin from time to time? Well, for about 15 years, it just grew and grew, and then the couple that started it moved away, and it declined for a while, and now I think it's coming back. But I wrote this about the time that it started in decline. I found an ironic angel on 37th Street. I found an ironic angel on 37th Street at Christmastide not long ago. I wasn't looking for an angel. I usually disdain Mesopotamian mythological beings. But it was filled with light and illuminated its share of fence and shrub and sidewalk from the dark. I missed the holidays on 37th Street and returned there each solstice just to see if the neighbors on that block between Cedar Street and Guadalupe have had the wherewithal to deck their houses and yards and lawns with the most non-Christmassy paraphernalia in Christendom, Jewry, or Islam. It was a tour much fresher than the Trail of Lights, lost on the dreary carload of gawkers just driving through. You had to get out and walk to appreciate the pure creativity and artistry shed on each house on that brilliant block, metastasized to the connected Cedar Street. Front yards were festooned with choicest kitsch from porch to tree to driveway. A motorcycle might be bound in luminescence. A Halloween skeleton might wear a Santa cap. A toilet seat might serve as a decorous wreath. And a cross-street necklace might shine from telephone pole to pole. The house in the middle of the north side was where the tradition got its start. You could tour the property fore to aft, circling the merry dwelling. Not a religious or commercial icon would you find on the blinking wall display set off by black tarp siding, but there would be cactus Christmas bulbs and those of cowboy boots and pill bottles glowing from within. Their electricity meter spun like a compact disc, while a plastic pail begged, "Please donate for utilities." The couple in the house where the 37th Street lights began moved away, and the tradition began its slow decline. I visited there the other day. The clever pagan fringe element was gone. One solitary suburban frontage showed the usual Santa and reindeer set from just anywhere USA, and there was no ironic angel on 37th Street. But it's back now.
We understand that we just heard that Louise has a birthday tomorrow, number 75.
Three-quarters of a century.
Let's see, who else? Darrel. Welcome,
Yeah.
Darrel.
So I have a poem that I'm going to read. It's by someone who I'm not going to identify, and maybe you guys will be able to guess. The only people who can't participate is Thom and Laura. Okay, it's called White Eyes. In winter, all of the singing is in the tops of the trees, where the wind bird with its white eyes shoves and pushes among the branches. Like any of us, he wants to go to sleep, but he's restless. He has an idea, and slowly it unfolds from under his beating wings, as long as he stays awake. But his big round music, after all, is too breathy to last. So it's over. In the pine crown he makes his nest. He's done all he can. I don't know the name of the bird. I only imagine his glittering beak tucked in a white wing, while the clouds, which he has summoned from the north, which he has taught to be mild and silent, thicken and begin to fall into the world below, like stars, or the feathers of some unimaginable bird that loves us, that is asleep now and silent, that turned itself into snow.
Oh, nice.
So does anyone know Wassail? Does anyone know who wrote that poem? Does any of you poetry literati?
Lady Gaga.
No, it was a woman. Mary somebody. No, it's okay. I'll reveal. It's a Mary Oliver. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you, Thom.
Don, on, we'll conclude this part of the circle sharing, and we will come back. We will come back to do this.
Oh, we have another reader
I have
over
another
here.
poem to read.
Sorry, what?
Is it too late?
No, there's going to be more.
Oh, okay. Great.
Come on up. Come on up. You have an accompanist? Oh, heck, we're all going to sing.
I hope. Share copies if you can. This is a sea shanty from Norfolk, and I learnt it as a young teenager, hanging around in a pub that I was illegally in. And what I remember is not quite the same as a version I found online, so I modified it to meet my memories. And I hope I can sing tonight. As we were fishing off Haysborough. Oh, I got to tell you this. Those of you who have copies, Happisburgh is pronounced Haysborough. As we were fishing off Haysborough light, shooting and hauling and trolling all night in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up jumps a heron, it's queen of the sea. Says, now, old skipper, you cannot catch me, 'cause it's windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Come on. Then up jumps a conger, as long as a mile. Wind's coming easterly, say he with a smile, and it's windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up jumps the mackerel with stripes on his back. Says, now, old skipper, come square your main tack, and it's windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up spoke the place who's got spots on his side. Says, not much longer these seas you can ride in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. I think what these fishes are saying is right. We'll haul up our gear now and steer for the light, 'cause it's windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. In honor of the weather we're going to have today.
Yes. We just got in under the wire on that one. My goodness. Originally, it was forecast to be that cold this night. We thought, how are we going to do this? Well, I guess the weather gods smiled on us and are delaying so we can get our celebration in. By golly. Okay, great. We're going to have another circle sharing event a little bit later in the program. So if you didn't get your offering, then you can do it coming up pretty soon here. Again, we get to introduce the lovely and talented Laura Freeman, who's got an original song to perform for us tonight. Original.
Wassail.
Wassail.
Feel free to stomp along. Winter time, trees sleep, fires burn, ice creeps. Wind blows cold, blue norther creeps. Close your house up tight, dream deep. Birds fly in front of her wind. The North Pole and the South Pole are her very best friends. Cold snap, pipes freeze. I am winter, I like to tease. Will I be gentle? Will I be cruel? I am winter, I'll make the rules. Winter time, trees sleep, fires burn, ice creeps. Wind blows cold, blue norther shrieks. Close your house up tight, dream deep.
Fantastic. Okay. And as you might suspect, a lot of the songs tonight have to do with imbibing, because it was a good thing to do on a cold winter's night, even in Texas. So we're going to be doing a lot of wassail songs, and these often are associated with the towns that gave them birth. Again, a lot of these are English. Wassail means to your health, and wassail is a drink that we're using tonight. And let's turn in your song sheets, if you got them, to page 13. We're going to do the Somerset Wassail. How's it start? I don't remember. What's the key?
Those are all good questions.
Okay, let's try it.
Wassail
A little bit lower.
and wassail all over the town. Our cup it is white and our ale it is brown. Our cup it is made of the good ashen tree, and so is the malt of the best barley. For it's your wassail, and it's our wassail, and its joy be to you, and a jolly wassail. O master and mistress, are you all within? Pray open the door and let us come in. O master and mistress are sitting by the fire. Pray think upon poor travelers a-traveling in the mire. For it's your wassail, and it's our wassail, and its joy be to you, and a jolly wassail. Oh, where is the maid with the silver-headed pin to open the door and let us come in? Oh, master and mistress, it is our desire, a good loaf and cheese and a toast by the fire. For it's your wassail, and it's our wassail, and its joy be to you, and a jolly wassail. There was an old man, and he had an old cow, and how to keep her he didn't know how. He built up a barn for to keep his cow warm, and a drop or two of cider will do us no harm. No harm, boys, harm. No harm, boys, harm. And a drop or two of cider will do us no harm. Wassail! Wassail!
Okay. Now we get a cutty wren. Let's cut the wren.
All right, let's do it.
And it's also become a tradition to sing the song "Sol and Myself." Another thing that some of the English people do around this time of year is they hunt the wren. It's like, what in the world? Well, the wren is called the king of the birds, even though it's a tiny little thing. They make a big fuss over it, and I guess in the old days, they probably used to actually hunt the poor little devil, but it sure makes a great song. So we're gonna do this, and it's a kind of a call and response sort of thing. And so, do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
Why don't you start?
Okay.
And it's call and response between the two of us, but the last line it gets repeated. So if you feel adventurous, feel free to try to sing along with us on the very last line of each stanza.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where are you going, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
We're off to the woods, said John the Red-Nosed.
We're off to the woods, said John the Red-Nosed.
And what will you do, then, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
We'll hunt the cutty wren Wren, said John the Red-Nosed.
We'll hunt the cutty wren, said John the Red-Nosed.
And how will you shoot him, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
With bows and with arrows, said John the Red-Nosed.
With bows and with arrows, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, that will not do, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, what will do then, said Fessel to foes.
Great guns and great cannon, said John the Red-Nosed.
Great guns and great cannon, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, how will you fetch him, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
For,
On four
strong men's shoulders, said John the Red-Nosed.
On four strong men's shoulders, said John the Red-Nosed.
Ah, that will not do, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, what will do then, said Fessel to foes.
Great carts and great wagons, said John the Red-Nosed.
Great carts and great wagons, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, how will you cut him up, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
With knives and with forks, said John the Red-Nosed.
With knives and with forks, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, that will not do, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, what will do then, said Fessel to foes.
Great hatchets and cleavers, said John the Red-Nosed.
Great hatchets and cleavers, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, how will you boil him, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
In pots and in kettles, said John the Red-Nosed.
In pots and in kettles, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, that will not do, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, what will do then, said Fessel to foes.
In a bloody great grass cauldron, said John the Red-Nosed.
In a bloody great brass cauldron, said John the Red-Nosed.
Oh, who'll get the spare ribs, said Milder to Mulder.
Oh, we may not tell you, said Fessel to foes.
We'll give 'em all to the poor, said John the Red-Nosed.
We'll give 'em all to the poor, said John the Red-Nosed.
Wassail!
Wassail! It's a very silly song.
It's all very silly. Okay, next we've got another wassail. Oh yeah, that's all. I'm gonna need the words for that. So there's not only there's lots of wassail songs. There's lots of songs about hunting the wren, and you get to take part in this as well. It seems long, but it's kind of repetitive in some places. And
you can say that again.
You can.
Beat it.
Okay. And I'm sorry I don't have very many song sheets out there, but we'll just start and you can kind of catch up because you'll get the idea. I'm pretty sure. We're hunting
the wren, says Robin to Bobbin. We're hunting the wren, says Richey to Robin. We're hunting the wren, says Jack in the land. We're hunting the wren, says everyone.
Where?
Why don't you let him hear it once? And
Okay.
Then we'll all do
Okay.
it.
All right. Shall I do that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is how it goes, so we can catch up with you.
Okay. We'll hunt the wren, says Robin to Bobbin. We'll hunt the wren, says Richey to Robin. We'll hunt the wren, says Jack in the land. We'll hunt the wren, says everyone. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Let's do that again. All of us together. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll hunt the wren, says Robin to Bobbin. We'll hunt the wren, says Richey to Robin. We'll hunt the wren, says Jack in the land. Hunt the wren, says everyone.
Where, says Robin to Bobbin.
Where, says Richey to Robin. Where, says Jack in the land. Where, says everyone.
In yonder green bush
says Robin to Bobbin. In yonder green bush says Richey to Robin. Yonder green bush says Jack in the land. Yonder green bush says everyone. How get him down, says Robin to Bobbin. How get him down, says Richey to Robin. How get him down, says Jack in the land. How get him down, says everyone.
Sticks and
Stones, says Robin to Bobbin. With sticks and stones, says Richey to Robin. With sticks and stones, says Jack in the land. Sticks and stones, says everyone. How we go.
How get him home, said Richey to Robin. How get him home, said Jack in the Land. How get him home, says everyone. The brewer's big heart, says Robin to Robin. The brewer's big heart, says Richey to Robin. Says brewer's big heart, says Jack in the Land.
Brewer's big heart says everyone.
I need a middle H somewhere in there. How do we eat him, says Robin to Bob. How will we eat him, says Richey to Robin. How will we eat him, says Jack in the Land. How will we eat him, says everyone. With knives and forks, says Robin to Bob. With knives and forks, says Richey to Robin. Knives and forks, says Jack in the Land. Knives and forks, says everyone. Who'll come to the dinner, says Robin to Bob. Who'll come to the dinner, says Richey to Robin. Come to the dinner, says Jack in the Land. Come to the dinner, says everyone. The king and queen, says Robin to Bob. The king and queen, says Richey to Robin. Well, king and queen, says Jack in the Land. The king and king is everyone. Eyes to the blind, legs to the lame, luck to the poor, bones to the dog, says everyone. This is spoken. The wren is king of the birds. They even say he's caught in the furs. Although he's little, his family is great. We pray you, good people, to give us a treat.
Wassail!
All right. How many of you, this is your first time to hear these songs, much less sing them? Okay, all right, good. Just trying to expand the repertoire a bit. Okay, Gower Wassail is on page 10, and it's more or less in honor of the fact that this is the longest and the darkest night. This, my friends, is in a minor key. One of the few celebratory songs in a minor key. Got it?
Yes.
And we same thing. We can, if we could sing it first, and then y'all could join in if you want. Okay.
So let's do the how about we have them with the chorus?
That's the hardest part.
That's true. It is.
It's a bunch. It's scatting. They did, even then in England they were scatting.
That is true.
Right. So, okay. So. Let's try that.
So we'll sing the first verse. We'll pause and we'll try to sing the first verse again with everybody. How does that sound? Oh, wassail, wassail throughout all the town. Our cup it is white and our ale it is brown. Our wassail is made of the good ale and cake, some nutmeg and ginger, the best we could bake. Fall-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da. Fall-de-da-roll, fall-de-da-ree, sing to Ralayo.
Can you do that?
Everybody with us?
Let's go into the second verse, okay?
Our wassail is made of the elderberry bough, and so my good neighbors will drink until thou. And full on earth you'll have apples in store. Pray God say let in, 'cause it's cold by the door. Fall-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-dee. Fall-de-da-roll, fall-de-da-ree, sing to Ralayo. We hope that your apple trees prosper and bear, so that we may have cider when we call next year. And where you have one barrel, we hope you'll have 10, so that we may have cider when we call again. Fall-de-dal-de-dal-de-dal-de-dal-de-dal-de-dee. Fall-de-da-roll, fall-de-da-ree, sing to Ralayo. There's and a mistress sitting down by the fire, while we poor wassail boys stand here in the mire. Come, pray, you maid, with your silver-headed pin, pray open the door and let us come in. Fall-de-dal-de-dal-de-dal-de-dal-de-dal-de-dee. Fall-de-da-roll, fall-de-da-ree, sing to Ralayo. lift we poor wassail boys, so weary and cold. Please drop some small silver into our bowl. And if we survive for another new year, perhaps we may come and see who does live here. Fall-de-dol-de-dol-de-dol-de-dol-de-dol-de-dee. Fall-de-Darrel, fall-de-darry, sing to-ra-la-do.
We
Know by the moon that we are not too soon, and we know by the sky that we are not too high, and we know by the star that we are not too far, and we know by the ground that we are within sound. Fall-de-dol-de-dol-de-dol-de-dol-de-dol-de-dee. Fall-de-Darrel, fall-de-darry, sing to-ra-la-do.
Wassail!
Wassail!
Jumped key on that, my bad.
Okay, who else has a poem, a song, a piece, a recitation for us on this longest night of any year that ever has been before?
Thank you. So I just stand here between the two microphones? It doesn't have to be under my lips? Okay. Just a little preface of this. It's not a seasonal poem. It's a perennial poem, I think, about that I can identify with in all ways, except for the line about leaving my guru. I didn't do that. And I unfortunately don't know the author of this poem. His first name is Neil. I have yet to find out what his last name is. So, details. I wanted to be free. Free from hurt, free from tragedy, free from all responsibility. And I wanted to find truth, to know bad from good. I wanted to know everything just as I should. And I wanted to be happy, to know complete ecstasy, escaping all torment and misery for all of eternity. I call it out in excitement. I call it out in pain. Where could I find these? Who could explain? A guru then found me and told me if I did whatever he told me, all I wanted would be. I obliged almost immediately. I so wanted to see. I was told that life was to be joyous. But all I could see was sorrow and misery. I asked myself why. How could this be? I was told that all was good, exactly as it always should. And when this I did see, misery would cease to be. I tried so hard to see only purity, but the more I tried, the more misery I felt inside. I was then told there was no need to try to try. To try is a lie. I was then told there is no failure. All has purpose. And to see what truly is would make me free. So I made truth very important, still trying to see. I looked for truth everywhere, leaving no stone unturned. Still no results. How can truth be learned? I was told not knowing may be best, and that wisdom is earned, and that all you can see is an illusion. Truth cannot be learned. Still trying to do the right thing, not knowing what to trust, I made it so important, I made it a must. I was told I was making this a goal, and there's no need for any goals, so I made it my goal to be free of all goals. The more I played this role, the worse it became. I called out to my guru, "Please end this game." He then explained, the answer must come from within, through experience without, and when it was time, I would see what it was all about. So, to determine my fate, I decided to try and meditate. It was between love and unity. I could not decide which one, and both I did hate. I then decided to just do whatever I wanted. I wanted to be free, but I was told that in freedom one accepts responsibility. If to be free, I had to be a victim of blame and responsibility, it was too much to pay. So I did say, is this so? If so, there must be a better way. Still trying to be free, I started trying to give up all my positions, but this became a new obsession. Now possessed by my possessions. Possessed but trying to give up my possessions. 'Twas not free, I was still unhappy. I designed so much to be happy, I again went to my guru to ask, what did he see? After many long thoughts, he told me to desire would require me to waste energy. After a few short thoughts, he picked up his head sternly. He said, as long as it is my ideal, it will fail to reveal. As I have no ideals, as to have no ideals became my only ideal. But what he promised still did not conceive. My only desire was to have no desires. So I could not find what it would require. So I left my guru, he must be a liar, giving up this whole thing in my despair. After that, I kept going down, soon wanting no one to be around. I wanted to be dead, in spite of what anybody said. It just didn't seem fair, but I didn't care. I completely gave up my despair. There was no desire to be happy anymore. In my sad state, I just said, what for? I have no more goals or ideals, nothing to try and nothing to feel. I even stopped doing what I was told. It couldn't be sold. I could not hold. I gave up no blame, no importance, no shame. I was just doing nothing when all of a sudden it came. I suddenly knew joy greater than I expected and feeling more than any happiness I ever detected. So inspired there was, nothing else I require. Sex, love, and ecstasy was all I could see, a feeling of peace and complete unity. Then I stopped to think, how can this be? How can this joy happen to me? Will it go past? What if it leaves? What will I do if it won't last? This thought worried me so much it took me down a step that after some time, all finally went.
Way to make an entrance. That was Karen Kreps. Thank you, Karen. And let's see, before that, we had Darrel was accompanying Chandler Louise Richardson. Here comes Chris and Chandler.
Hello. Hi. Happy solstice.
Yeah.
You guys up for a story?
Yeah.
So tell us a story, Chandler.
Tell us a story, Chandler.
Oh, this is going to go great.
I'll give you everything you're told.
Except I'm backwards. This is a true story, and it begins on the longest night of the year. And I'm just going to do it. And so it came to pass that the three wise men left on the longest night of the year from the four corners of the world and crossed the desert and came to behold the bright neon star illuminating the sky high above the Tropicana Hotel and Casino in Laughlin, Nevada. I am not making this up. The three wise men had been locked in a self-storage bin in a suburban town east of where the king was born. It had been nearly a year since anyone had visited, and already cobwebs were taking over the storage bin. But they were resurrected. And their first destination was to the city where the king was born. And I am talking, of course, about Tupelo, Mississippi. My mother loved Christmas. Every year when I was a kid, she made new Christmas decorations for as long as I can recall, and my favorite decorations was the 3 wise men. They were made of strips of old rags, wheat pasted round 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, and Cheerwine bottles. They were painted with Byzantine robes and kite strings for beards. The shiny yellow lid of a Pril shampoo bottle was used as a jewel in one of the crowns. And the chest containing the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh were made of the red plastic hotel from a Monopoly set. In the time of King Herod, the Magi came to Jerusalem to ask where the king had been born. For they had seen the star rise, which foretold of his coming. And Herod called his scribes and astrologers into council, and it was concluded that he was born in Bethlehem of Judea. And the 3 wise men were sent with gifts from Herod, gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and most importantly, instructions to return and tell Herod the exact location of his birth. In short, the 3 wise men were spies. My mother passed in February. And this Thanksgiving, I returned to my hometown of Stone Mountain, Georgia, to plant a dogwood tree in her honor. It had been my first return since her passing, and enough time had gone for me to roll up the storage bin and take back to Oakland, California, a few vestiges of her. I decided to look through a few more boxes stacked inside the storage bin in search of treasures, the vestiges of a life now enshrined in Ziploc baggies and neatly folded and stuffed into Tupperware containers, their fate to be decided by her heirs. Afterlife. And as I opened the red and green Tupperware, the profusion of childhood memories rose like the dough of my first Chef Boyardee pizza. In the memory of my mother turning that red plastic Monopoly piece hotel into a treasure chest, and then Elmer's gluing it into the hands of a Dr. Pepper bottle, transforming the mundane into holy works of art called to me. And it was simple. The wise men must join me on my journey. And when the wise men found the Holy Family, they did indeed present the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But more importantly, upon their arrival to Bethlehem on the 12th day of Christmas, thus launching the very first Mardi Gras season, the Magi had an epiphany. And much like the former slave trader John Newton writing Amazing Grace as he turned his slave ship around and set his captive cargo free, the kings had a change of heart, and they warned the Holy Family of Herod's intent to kill this potential threat to his power. Epiphany. But not knowing that the Holy Family had been warned, King Herod sent armed forces to kill all of the young children in Bethlehem. It is known as the Massacre of the Innocents. However, the Holy Family had been warned, and they escaped to Memphis, Egypt. And that is how it came to pass that the 3 kings made their way to Memphis in a 1996 Saturn, so they could witness the giant chrome pyramid known as the Memphis Convention Center in Memphis, Tennessee. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. The Lorraine Motel is now a civil rights museum. Frankincense. Memphis blues music is now preserved on Beale Street, also known as the B.B. King Highway. We're talking Highway 61. He is from there. He is of there, and he is known as the King of the Blues. And his music served as an inspiration for the roots of what would become rock and roll. Myrrh. Elvis Presley, born in Tupelo, Mississippi, became the king of rock and roll. He came to Memphis for the music. He lived there. His house in Memphis is a museum to a generation. He had more gold records than anyone else and has arguably been heard by more people than anyone else born in this hemisphere. Gold. These three kings of Memphis have changed the world by bridging the cultures of black and white. Elvis Presley imbibed the black roots music of B.B. King, which made it palatable for white audiences by turning it gold, while Martin Luther King used the power and organization of the church to knock down the Jericho walls of segregation. And after warning the Holy Family, the Magi did not return to Jerusalem as instructed by Herod. Instead, they chose to live out the remainder of their days in exile. Many stories about what happened to them, one having them pass through the line of Genghis Khan, others having them come to this continent and studying with the Hopi. However, I know for sure that the three kings went from Memphis to Okemah, Oklahoma, to visit the home of Woody Guthrie, and then to Madrid, New Mexico, and up to the Four Corners and across the Hopi land. And as America passed in my rear view, news stories of our multiple wars and subsequent terrorist attacks flashed with the regularity of billboards advertising this holiday season, and I think of the slaughter of the innocents. And that is how it came to pass that the three wise men came westward from the four corners of Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico, across the painted desert, and came to behold the bright neon star illuminating the sky, high above the Tropicana Hotel and Casino in Laughlin, Nevada. And this time there was room at the inn. When crossing the desert, I recommend staying in a casino, not a manger. Because if you don't gamble, it's a cheap way to rest. And in this case, the luxurious hotel was only, and I am not making this up, $19. And it came with a free buffet. And they even gave me a credit card from which to gamble. And I don't usually gamble, but under the circumstances, I figured, oh, what the hell. And I walked out to that 1996 Saturn, and I opened up the trunk, and I pulled out that red and green Tupperware tote, and I put the quart-sized figurines on bar stools in front of a one-armed bandit. Elvis Presley was singing Wise Men Say from the Muzak sound system. I pulled back the arm, 4 stars rolled around and stopped. And I won gold. I won frankincense. I won myrrh. I won $19. The room was paid for. I pulled the card out of the machine. I put the quart-sized figurines back in the Tupperware, put them back in the trunk, and we continued on our journey from the Four Corners across Route 66 and home. And I was gone for 40 days and 40 nights. And on the 40th night, I thanked all those who gave comfort to the weary traveler along the way this holiday season. My friends, may there always be room at the inn.
Okay, let's see. I guess it's Sol's turn. Sol's got something for us. Feel free to move around. It's getting a little chilly, so if you need to do some dancing to stay warm, that's always acceptable at solstice.
Everybody still awake? Yep. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Stop it. This song doesn't have any particular connection to the holidays or the season or the Wassail or any of that, but it is about kind of coming together, and so that seemed like a good on-brand option for this, which is nice. Yeah. This is a Brandi Carlile song, so some of you may recognize it, and I encourage you to sing along if you do. Just get my notes in order. Think it's time we find a way back home. You lose so many things as you grow. I miss the days when I was just a kid. My fear became my shadow, I swear it did. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from the unknown. Wherever is your heart, I call home. You made me feel like I was always falling down with nowhere left to land. Somewhere in the distance I hear you calling. Oh, it hurts so bad to let go of your hand. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take me far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Well, even when you're high, you can get low. Well, even with your friends you love, you're still alone. We always find the darkest place to go. God forgive our minds, we were born to roam. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Oh, God, forgive my mind. Oh, God, forgive my mind when I come home. Oh, God, forgive my mind. There's a road that's long and winding that hollers home, calls me home. Oh, God, forgive my mind. Oh, God, forgive my mind when I come home. When I come home. Oh, God, forgive my mind. Oh, God, forgive my mind when I come home. When I come home. Oh, wherever is your heart is my home. Wherever is your heart is my home. Well, your feet may take me far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Thank you. Wassail! Thank you.
Okay. A couple more Wassail songs here. A little bit of fun. Oh yeah, singing is a great way to warm up. I guess you know this by now. Okay. The Malpas Wassail, page 8. Malpas is a town in Cheshire, in England. How many of you been to Malpas or been to Cheshire? Ah, there we go. Here we go. Been there, done that. Same thing, call and response. I'll do the calling and you do the responsing. Now the harvest being over and solstice drawing in, please open your door and let us come in with our wassail. This is your time.
Wassail, wassail, and joy come to our jolly wassail.
Here's the master and mistress sitting down by the fire, while we poor wassail boys do trudge through the mire with our wassail.
Wassail, wassail, and joy come to our jolly wassail.
Here's the master and mistress sitting down at their ease. Paste your hand in your pockets and give what you please with our wassail.
Wassail, wassail, and joy come to our jolly wassail.
Here's the saddle and the bride, they're hung upon the shelf. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself with our wassail.
Wassail, wassail, and joy come to our jolly wassail.
Here's a health to the master and a long time to live, since you've been so kind and so willing to give with our wassail.
Wassail, wassail, and joy come to our jolly wassail.
Wassail!
Wassail!
All right, the next one is it's sort of like it's just over leaf. How about that? Page 9, green grow the rushes. This is sort of a great alternative to the 12 days of Christmas, but it does accumulate like that.
Oh, green grow the rest.
Green grow the rushes. Okay. No. Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
And again, we'll just start, and then you'll get the idea, and you'll catch up with us. Okay.
I'll sing you one, oh, green grow the rushes, oh, what is your one, oh? One is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so.
I'll sing you two, oh,
Green grow the rushes, oh,
what is your two, oh?
two, the lily white boys covered all in green, oh. One is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so.
I'll sing you three, oh,
Green grow the rushes, oh,
what is your three, oh?
three arrivals. Two, the lily white boys covered all in green, oh. One is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so. I'll sing you four, oh, green grow the rushes, oh. What is your four, oh? Four for the early seasons, three the rivals. Two, the lily white boys covered all in green, oh. One is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so.
I'll sing you five, oh,
Green grow the rushes, oh. What is your five, oh? Five the symbols at your door, four for the yearly seasons, three the rivals. Two, the lily white boys covered all in green, oh. One is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so.
I'll sing you six, oh,
Green grow the rushes, oh.
what is your six, oh?
Six for the six brown rockers, five for the symbols at your door, four for the yearly seasons, three the rivals. Two, the lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so.
I'll sing you 8, oh.
Green grow the rushes, oh.
What is your 7?
7 for 7 stars in the sky, 6 for the 6 proud walkers, 5 for the symbols at your door, and 4 for the yearly seasons, 3, the rival. 2, the lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all along and nevermore shall be so.
I'll sing you 8, oh.
Green grow the rushes, oh, what is your 8, oh? 8 for the April rangers, 7 for the 7 stars in the sky, 6 for the 6 proud walkers, 5 for the symbols at your door, 4 for the yearly seasons, 3, the rivals. 2, the lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all alone and evermore shall be so.
I'll sing you 9, oh.
Green grow the rushes, oh.
What is your 9, oh?
10 for the 9 bright shiners, 8 for the April rainers, 7 for the 7 stars in the sky, 6 for the 6 proud walkers, 4 for the symbols at your door, 4 for the yearly seasons, 3, the rivals. 2, the lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all alone and evermore shall be so.
I'll sing you 10, oh.
Green grow the rushes, oh, what is your 10, oh? 10 for the 10 kind fingers, 9 for the 8 bright shiners, 8 for the April rainers, 7 for the 7 stars in the sky, 6 for the 6 proud walkers, 5 for the symbols at your door, and 4 for the gospel season, 3, the rivals. 2, lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all alone and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you 11, oh. Green grow the rushes, oh. What is your 11? 11 for heaven, prince of heaven, 10 for the 10 turned fingers, 9 for the 9 bright strangers, 8 for the April rainers, 7 for the 7 stars in the sky, 6 for the 6 proud walkers, 5 for the symbols at your door, 4 for the yearly seasons, 3, the rivals. 2, the lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so. One more time.
I'll
Sing you 12, oh. Green grow the rushes, oh.
What is your 12, oh?
12 for the 12 zodiacals, 8 for them that went to heaven, 10 for the 10 kind fingers, 9 for the 9 bright shiners, 8 for the April rainers, 7 for the 7 stars in the sky, 6 for the 6 proud walkers, 5 for the symbols at your door, 4 for the yearly seasons, 3, the rivals. 2, the lily white boys covered all in green. Oh, one is one and all alone and nevermore shall be so. Wassail!
Oh,
That was a marathon.
I'll tell you. All right. 15. Rebels. Okay. Rebels for rebels. Okay. One more. Last close out. We're gonna close out with this particular edition, and when so doing, we want to thank Julia Murray for doing our decoration of the stage tonight. The mugs.
Wassail!
Thanks so much. And I want to thank Preston Tyree for doing the videography for us tonight. It's been streaming. And there will be a recording available at some point, and we'll get that link to you. So, and thanks everybody that participated in the poems and songs and all the things in between. This is the Gloucester Wassail, and yes, Gloucester is a place. Yep. And this is the one you hear most of the time on TV or in carolers and all that stuff. So you'll know it pretty soon. And Wassail, wassail all over the town. Our toast it is white and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the white maple tree. With a wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee.
And here is to Cherry and to his right cheek. Pray God send our master a good piece of beef, and a good piece of beef that may we all see. With a wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee. And here is to Dobbin and to his right eye. Pray God send our master a good Christmas pie, and a good Christmas pie that may we all see. With a wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee. And here is to Broadmay and to her Broadhorn. Pray God send our master a good crop of corn, and a good crop of corn that may we all see. With a wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee. And here is to Philpale and to her left ear. Pray God send our master a happy new year, and a happy new year that may we all see. With a wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee. And here is to Collie and to her long tail. Pray God send our master he never may fail. A bowl of strong beer I pray you draw near, and a jolly wassail it's then you shall hear. Come, butler, come fill us a bowl of the best. I hope that your soul in heaven may rest. That if you do draw a bowl of the small, then down shall go butler, bowl, and all. And here's to the maid with the lily white smock, who tripped to the door and slipped back the lock, who tripped to the door and pulled back the pin, for to let these jolly wassailers in.
First verse.
Wassail, wassail all over the town. Our toast it is white and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the white maple tree. With a wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee.
Wassail!
Wassail!
Thanks, everybody. Great.
Another one in the books.
Yes. All right, let's eat and drink some more.
All right.